Metrodome here in Minneapolis, where we have just finished the game, Minnesota United Football Club with Carolina RailHawks. And after the game, we're going to talk to some of the players here. Those are the players coming from all over the world: Brazil, Argentina, Malta, Bosnia, and all local here from Minnesota. So we'll be interested to see the game today. You guys, the first half was a little bit slow, and you picked up the second half. You picked up a couple of goals, and then the tie.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it was a tough one to swallow just because it looked like we were going to win the game, and they got a nice goal to tie it up. You know, I feel like, yeah, I think the first half really hurt us a little bit in terms of how we started, and then they got a goal at the end of the first half, and that even made it a little bit harder for us to get back into the game, which may have affected the end of our game. So, no doubt about it. I mean, proud of the guys' effort in the second half. After halftime, they came out and put a better shift in. The reality is, though, we didn't quite get the points, so we're going to have to get better.
The man who scored 2 goals in the game, the goals of the game, Etienne Barbara, you came all the way from Malta. Welcome to the game. That was a good game, and I mean, the first half was kind of slow, and you guys picked it up, and it seems like you are run away with it. What happened in the last 5 minutes?
As I said, the games before, the key for this team right now is getting together and getting to know each other more. So we kind of, as you said, had a slow start. We couldn't get the rhythm going, but we created some good chances in the first half as well that we could have scored.
I mean, that's what happens in soccer. One mistake and, you know, you have 3 points, and one mistake you have 1. That's I think we should mark better, play better, and I think we didn't come well in the first half. We played very well the second half, but when you play at home, you need to come hard since the first minute. You know, I think next time we need to get the points at home, because it's kind of hard to get points away from home.
I'm back on the starting sheet and playing from the beginning, and to score 2 goals against my former team. I mean,
yes.
It's
how does it feel?
I mean, I love Carolina. Yeah. It's the team that I started with. They will always be in my heart. And but I play for Minneapolis now. I play for the Minnesota United. So this is my job. And on that field, I try to score against everybody who comes in our way.
The first goal was very cool. I mean, it sounds like, you know, your name is Etienne, it's like Asia, Messi and all that. But I mean, it seems you're very cool and calm, collected, and you just kept chipped it over the goal. Tell us a little bit what was going in your mind when you got that ball in the six yard.
It was a good flick from Pablo, and the defender didn't see me coming from behind him, and I took a touch, and I put my head up, and I saw, as soon as I was far away from the post, so I took another touch, and I saw Akira coming out, and basically it was the only chance that I had to chip him, because he was closing every angle, coming out strong and get down on the floor. Thank God he did that, because if he stayed up, he would have just saved it. So I saw him coming out, and I just chipped him.
Playing at the Dome must have, you know, a different feel to it, because at playing, you know, people are smaller venue, people are closer to the player. So what do you think of playing at the Dome as opposed to playing at the BelAhdan Center?
Well, it's different. You know, I mean, I have my pluses and minuses, just like I'm sure everybody else does. Certainly, you know, at times you like playing on the grass and outdoor soccer. But the reality is today was pretty darn cold in Minnesota, so it was nice to be inside, I think, for us and the fans. And I just think, you know, being downtown is pretty cool. I think fans and people who can now go out afterwards and have a drink or have a dinner is kind of a nice thing. So, again, I think there's plus and minus of both. I would encourage, you know, our fans to come out to both, because I think you'd enjoy both. I think this was a unique environment that people would enjoy. I think Blaine certainly is as well.
You know, the ball bounces differently. Yeah, it's funny. It's fast. It's faster surface. And it's very hard. I think it ruins the game a little bit, you know, the beauty of it. I think soccer was supposed to be played on the grass, natural grass.
Yeah, I played in Malta throughout all my career. Then I went for 1 year in Germany before I came to Carolina. But I grew up playing in the top league in my country.
So what do you think of soccer in America?
It's growing. Obviously it's still, I mean, as I always say that America produces a lot of good athletes. So this team, I give a lot of credit to my teammates. They are super fit. They don't stop going running up and down. They defend well. They tackle a lot. I mean, it's a strong league, you know.
Here, this is a Brazilian player coming from Brazil, and then tell us a little bit about growing up in Brazil and playing Brazilian soccer and coming here and playing in American soccer. Tell us the different transition and adjustments you had to make.
Well, at first it was very hard to me. It was very hard for me just to adapt and play a different kind of soccer, because in Brazil we have it's not too much running and marking as we play here. We have more space, and I think here when you get the ball, there are like 2 or 3, 4, 5 guys, you know, just waiting for the ball. So I think it's kind of, you need to think faster and you need to run more and be aware that the guy's going to be very fit.
To look at it now from the tactical side, which is getting better. Because, I mean, soccer is not only showing athleticism, you need to play soccer. This is why there's a ball involved in the game. So who is the smartest with that ball probably ends up winning the game. You know, you see all the good teams, they play a lot of touches. It's not only running. So this is the league that I found here more than Europe. Obviously, Europe it's still a physical league, but we play a lot of tactical soccer.
When I came here 5 years ago, I had to, you know, I struggled a lot. You know, got hit a lot and got fouled. So, but it's how you learn. You know, when you get beat and you stand up and you go forward. I think that has been very well for the team, and I think the team is going to the right path.
Well, obviously the team here has multinational player from all over the world. And so how do you get them all together? You just adapt to Minnesota soccer?
Well, you know, what I try to tell people is, you know, the cool thing about soccer, it's a global sport. So we recruit all over the world. You know, our league, we know you can only have 7 foreigners on our roster, but we've got a lot of people that moved here and now have their green cards. And we also have a lot of great young American players that are coming up, even from this community, a few of them. So it's a very competitive league. It's very difficult to find players. But once you find players, the game itself speaks for itself. You train like any other team. You bring everybody together and you make them cohesive and you try to win.
The universal language, I suppose.
Yep, that's exactly
improving.
right.
Last year I had a chance to be a part of the Vancouver Whitecaps in MLS, and soccer is getting much better. Obviously you involve a lot of foreign players, so the game changes and people adapt. So it's looking very good, and I predict in the next couple of years, obviously soccer wants to be big here, and with a population of many millions, America should be a top country in the world, you know, like competing with anybody else.
I mean, being a Brazilian player, I cannot leave you without asking you, what do you think of 2014? And it seems like the Brazilian team has still developing their identity. I don't know what do you make of this 2014 team?
What's going on right now? It's what happens with any national team that loses, you know, very talented players. We lost Ronaldo. He retired from playing. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho Gaúcho is kind of getting old, and he's not in his best condition. And Kaká is not even playing Real Madrid. So I think that's transition between, you know, developing other players to replace Ronaldo, which are very hard player to replace. In Germany, they're ahead of us, unfortunately. But that's what's gonna happen. And when Spain loses Iniesta and Xavi and any other, and Germany gonna lose the Ozil, Schweinsteiger, when they lose their kind of player, there's gonna be the same transition that Brazil is facing right now. It's kind of hard to replace those kind of players. It takes a while. It takes years. And then we have to be patient. You cannot expect the same things from the other players that are coming, because we had Ronaldo back in the days.
Well, thank you so much. Good luck. Good luck in Minnesota.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about the transition, what we expect new with the Minnesota United.
Well, listen, I think we're embracing the legacy of pro soccer over the last couple decades. You know, we have an owner that, you know, is a local. He believes in this community. He looks at this as soccer as the potential of growth and the potential to really make even the Twin Cities a more of a viable place to live and be a part of. And I think one of the things that soccer does, because it's such a global sport, you can really have a lot of fans and different types of fan bases that can have soccer and Minneapolis-St. Paul be their identity, and that's a pretty cool thing.
You know, a lot of ethnic, Minnesota really changing, and people from different ethnic background moving in the last 10, 15 years. And so what are the plan for Minnesota United to bring the ethnic fan to the game?
I mean, I think it's like what I said earlier. One of the things that I'm a native of here, and I've seen, this great community embrace tons of different cultures, and I think that's one of the things that makes it special. And again, when you talk about soccer being this global sport, I think the real cool thing about it is I think it can create a great identity, because I look at it, everybody who lives here is Minnesotan first, and then their ethnic background is second.